What's going on, everyone? So, this YouTuber, Kir Kills, I'll link her channel down in the description. She made a video talking about a meeting she was in with some producers. I don't want to ruin the entire video, so go check out that video after this video, of course. But in a nutshell, she was in a meeting, ended up getting into characters, returning characters of the past. There were some questions asked, and they started listing off, the usual suspects that we know of, and then they were getting to another character that is supposed to be in the upcoming Scream 7, and then another person said, hey, that person isn't revealed yet, so you probably shouldn't say that. Now, she doesn't seem to know exactly who it was that they were supposed to reveal, but she says that she believes it's actually Drew Barrymore because the whole thing was about a show that she was on, and so kind of putting the pieces to the puzzle together, connecting the dots, that she believes is Drew Barrymore. Again, go check out her channel, go check out the video, again, it'll be linked down in the description. But going under the assumption, obviously take this with a grain of salt, right? We don't know exactly who it is, but there were reports of a secret cameo, right? That there are reports that, hey, there's going to be this secret character that is going to be in the upcoming Scream movie, and we all are kind of speculating. We're all kind of going through like, oh, could it be this? Could it be that? And the problem is that it literally could be anybody, right? The secret character could be a character that's alive. It could be a character that's dead. It could be a character that we don't even know about, but a celebrity or something like that. We've had some celebrity cameos over the years and stuff. So, the likelihood of who of us guessing it right, I mean, if you throw out enough names, you probably would. But, if it was Drew Barrymore, is Drew Barrymore. One, I think that actually does make a lot of sense. You had the VMAs, and even Kerr talks about how, like, hey, the Drew Barrymore was supposed to do the VMAs thing, and then that didn't end up happening, and there's all those reports and stuff. So it's very possible that it is Drew Barrymore. You kind of, again, kind of connect the dots here a little bit. You could see where you could come to that conclusion. But also, we know you have things like, Stu Macher returning. You have Scott Foley as Roman Bridger returning. Right? And one of the things that we've all kind of talked about, one of the things that we've all kind of speculated is that could there be a flashback? Could there be some type of flashback scene or some type of flashback sequence in which, maybe, connects some dots for us and gives us some information we didn't know about previously? And if that's the case, it would make sense to have Drew back, right? She was the first kill after Marine, right? And she was Billy and Stu's first kill, and them working out the sort of kinks to their plan, so to speak. And, maybe we get a little callback of Billy and Stu potentially kind of stalking her, keeping an eye out for her, and kind of picking the right opportune moment. But we get a Roman and Billy and Stu kind of connection thing, and maybe Roman was there and involved and kind of helping them map out the plan and everything, right? Like, how far did Roman kind of helicopter this thing, right? And also, I mean, we've seen Drew, like she was the principal in Scream 5, like the voiceover and stuff. We've seen like little connections and whatnot. And, I hope it's not something where, she's like playing a different character or something along those lines. I think that would be a little silly. I think that would be a little ridiculous. But if we could get something where, maybe again, she's, we get in a flashback and she's just kind of going about her day, maybe getting some groceries or something, going to the store or something like that. You just have like Billy, Stu, and Roman kind of watching her and monitoring her. How big of a scene would she be in if she was to be in this upcoming Scream movie? Is it part of the deepfake thing, right? Like, Sydney would have known Casey Becker, small town, Woodsboro, right? Like, and if you have things with the kind of, AI or if you have the voice box and whatnot, it makes sense to maybe Ghostface is constantly just kind of teasing and taunting Sidney Prescott and using all these various voices and using, Casey Becker and maybe even Tatum and Dewey and all these things, because David Arquette's expected to be back in some capacity of this film. So you have all these characters that we are familiar and privy with that are all kind of having this like comeback moment. And that's where a lot of us kind of come to the conclusion that, like, okay, it's going to be a deep fake or voice changer or some type of AI voice or something that's going to mimic these voices. But you could also beg the question of like, okay, how does this person know like Casey Becker's voice? Like, because again, you could kind of like Dewey Riley, the Ghostface killers, all that stuff, maybe, right? Like you could kind of mimic the voices and stuff. I mean, you could argue, how does this Ghostface have any of their voices really? How did Roman at least made some sense because he's just getting sound bites from everybody and whatnot. But how did they get some of these killers' voices and stuff? I hope that there's an explanation. Like Scream 3 was supposed to explain. They had an explanation for everything, and they cut the scene. You can find the scene online. I think I even have it on this channel. But you can go and see that scene, and basically he had these little like MP files that you download, and that's how he was able to manipulate the voices and stuff like that. So maybe we get like an explanation scene in this film. That would be kind of nice to kind of get an explanation rather than just like, haha, now there's Casey Becker's voice. But I mean, there's a lot of different ways that they could bring her into the fold. Right? Like, I mean, again, you could have her as a voiceover. You could have her as an actual character, right? She could, reprise her role in some capacity in a flashback scene or a flashback sequence or something. And, maybe she's just like a deep fake. Maybe you just recreating a scene or a moment or something. I hope it makes sense. If it is, again, we're take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, don't just assume that that's what's going to happen. But if it is Drew Barrymore, my question is like, what kind of capacity can you truly bring her in that would make sense, that wouldn't be a little ridiculous? Like, obviously a movie's a movie. You're going to get movie logic. You're going to get all kinds of things. But I want it to be within some realm of realism, right? I want it to be within some realm of like, okay, that makes sense. I don't want to be something where it's like, well, how did that happen, right? Like, I don't want to be something where it's like, you're like, even just, I understand, some scenes, some things like that. Like I said, movie logic stuff, you want to kind of turn your brain off and just let things be. But, sometimes things are so obvious or so poorly done. You're just like, that just doesn't work, right? I hope it's nothing like that. I hope if you have a creative way that you want to bring in, Drew Barrymore into the fold in some capacity, you could do so. And like I said, I mean, the dots being connected are there. But again, go check out Kir Kills' video. Like I said, it's down linked in the description. She kind of is the one that shared the story. I actually had it sent to me, and then checked it out, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Let's do a video about it. One, do a video and talk about it. Two, show some love to a fellow creator that, could, go show her some love. Even let her know Fate Decided sent us type thing. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think this is possible? Do you think that it's not her, it's got to be somebody else? Again, maybe it's in just some capacity. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.